Alright, so I decided to take a crack at revisiting the bid because what happens is that I just randomly decide to watch a bunch of Mel Blanc related content and whatnot, and then got me wondering, maybe I should have said this. And so, what is the subject? Because because the previous attempt was that actually it still is what I wanted to talk about. And that subject is all about talent over diversity, work diversity. People, well, why does it matter and whatnot? So, because what happens is, who knows how long this problem has been plaguing the the series as a whole. Because what happens is that it's just ever since the devs started gloating about how there's 3,000 employees at one of the studios and whatnot. Who knows how many are at Sledge and Treyarch? It's just people are all okay. Okay, well there is 3,000 people, but how many of them are fucking carrying carrying their asses on how the games became to be? Because what happens is that, yeah, just because you have 3,000 people like working at one facility and whatnot, it's just how many people are just being on the clock and just sleeping all day. Probably quite a lot. And and they're making mad money off of us. Well, some people are just busting their balls off by going 80 hours or even 100 for a simple job. Like, fuck that shit, you know? And then thank God there's the layoff issue that happened like not too long ago. So yeah, if you got kicked out because you're sleeping on the clock, you deserve it. And I'm surprised like some of the employees didn't even bother to rat you out about it, because in a traditional job it's like you should be getting written up for it. But I don't know why nobody's bothering to even rat out at each other half the time. It's like, oh wait, I'm saying, oh wait, this is Activision we're talking about. It's like there's always tons of shit going on, ranging from what was it, the harassment issues that was going around back when Cold War's heyday and whatnot, and then just the fact that these games just fucking suck. Yeah, yeah, fuck that shit. It's just And then that got me wondering. Like, I miss the days of. It's just another nail in the casket on why some people like the 360 and PS3 era of these games and whatnot. Because what happens is that besides that, there were only like a few hundred employees in all three studios during their heyday and whatnot. But everyone was full of talent. Yeah, talent. What a foreign concept. It's like because they just because all the games that were made in that era were just made with love and whatnot. Even though they all had their fusses and whatnot, they were easy they were easy to mitigate and whatnot. That's why people even like it. And then hmm, and that got me wondering when it comes to talent and whatnot in non-video game based issues, is because as I said earlier when I mentioned like Foghorn Leghorn, it's just look at back when Mel Blanc had to had to play the entire character roster of Looney Tunes and whatnot, and then how he is a success in every single one. Where yeah, and seriously, and then did anyone care about ethnicity diversity in back then? Fucking no. So yeah, that's why. And people are all like, why can't it's like it's like, why can't you just hire like an Asian or a Rhodesian person? It's like, well, like, dude, who the fuck is working at that time? It's like, because look, it's yeah, that's why. So, like, I'm just really, really annoyed by as hell about the whole why people even want diversity out of the workplace. Because like just because there's an Asian employee or a Rhodesian that's working at Activision or something. Yeah. But big question is, does any of those people are carrying and whatnot. Who knows if they're the lazy asses that are like that are like holding it down and whatnot. And so yeah, and people are all making excuses on how the past two Sledgehammer products is all, besides the fact that there's like short dev time and whatnot. And I'm it's just, and then they all make the excuses. Oh, we work super hard as if we are working a 100-hour job on Christmas and whatnot during which I'm sitting here like bull fucking shit, you know, because because I'm sitting here the whenever the last game and then versus the start of whenever you guys do make it something, I'm asking you guys this simple question is, what the fuck were you guys doing during between? Because it's so fucking annoying to, because, well, this was starting with Cold War because and whatnot, because back when the pandemic started and it ruined Sledgehammer and whatnot, thus had the stall themselves. I'm sitting here, what are you guys doing? Hence why Vanguard had to like be delayed for like a year for what they had in mind. And while Treyarch just hastily made Cold War, but yeah, but we all digress on it. But at least, I mean, yeah, it was hastily put together, but at least it was the most playable of the bunch. So yeah, so that's the only thing we gotta let it slide. But I'm still holding them accountable and why on their incompetence half the time. But yeah, because, man, you think that whenever someone is the mastermind of insert problem here, you think that they would get written up because of that, but I don't know, because it's like it's just a foreign concept on jobs that actually do bother to write you up on certain things because you did something bad, but and then what was it, the last previous attempt that I was rambling is just working at a whole normal job in general that doesn't revolve around video games. It's like, hmm, and whatnot, and then versus other video game dev studios where we're seeing where, what was it? Despite that they have a few hundred, but they all at least made games with love of and whatnot, and actually put effort. Yeah, who knows how their write-up policies are and whatnot, and slash getting fired, because who knows if like if the employees are like really anal about how if you do something bad there that you think that you should just give up on your first write-up. So unlike a Western job where you're gonna get written up like 10 fucking times, teams, but yeah, it's because that's why. And then I'm thinking here, and also a bit of like talent issues and whatnot. I'm thinking here, just because. And then also another issue is I remember back when holding the pandemic accountable of why that's here, it's like bull. Actually, I mentioned it earlier, but yeah, it's just bull fucking shit, you know, because I'm thinking here, my brother in Christ, you guys made shit games since, I don't know, the 2000s because of your incompetence and whatnot. So I don't know, like, how is a disease any different on your own brain? So I don't know. So that's why I'm, because I've been itching on this subject since like a while, but I don't know why I haven't even bothered to start doing that, because other than the fact that I just try to look back on some of my Cold War matches and whatnot, i.e. they're all from the beta, yeah, and it's just maybe, like, it sounds tempting to want to try and reverse boost onto Cold War just so to make the matches pleasant, but at the same time it's like, do I really want to waste myself on a game that barely even actually that's just as annoying as the other games? Nah. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. And then mm, he and also, what was it? Another issue was just when it comes to talent, it's just I don't get how whenever one thing is implemented in one game, it's only a one and done ordeal because looking back to as much as Treyarch was the mastermind of theater mode, the the problem is that it's when that was a thing. The problem is the Black Ops 1 version of theater mode is the best version because I've been listening to like old I guess podcasts from like what actually it's not even old at all. It was just exactly during Modern Warfare 22's heyday and whatnot because people are all wondering like why is there all these like one and done ordeals because there's a rumor. I mean, back when they were making the first Black Ops, it's like there's rumors that they were just gonna give it up on it because which which that was really annoying during the rumor stages of any game. Mm, So yeah, and then what's here another issue that is of it of it, but when it comes to like horrible ideas that are implemented, thus ruining their talent, let's see here. Hmm. So I'm still annoyed to hell by why they thought it was a bright idea to keep Last Stand, which is it's called Second Chance in that one. And but what was it? And then they keep the death streaks in the original Modern Warfare 3. So that we I don't know, but anywho, that's two videos down on this subject because the last one and that I had in mind, which I don't know why I it's just that even even when there is talent and whatnot, I'm saying here, when was the last time someone actually put talent within any job space, regardless if it's video games or not? Who out there did something ingenious and that is they're now with a CEO? Obviously, no one because I'm saying here, stop saying work smart. It's just if you're seeing someone do something stupid, let the CEO get mad at you for it. So just because I created something that helps get me done in 5 seconds, it's just that it's just gonna get punished for more work. So yeah, that's why I try to not try to just make ends meet over try to thwart 100 employees because of this new idea. But uh, I digress because as what was it? I'm trying to think of ingenious ideas that were finally implemented. It did. Let's see here. Other than the 150 health, but I'm seeing here, but it's still counteracted by the fact that there's a chess multiplier. Like I'm seeing here, why? I when though who knows how Treyarch, who knows how Cold War's like chess multiplier damage is because who knows if it was transferred back from whatever for horrid IW is, but yeah. The, then lastly, it's just all I can say is he is just mind your business on seeing someone stupid and whatnot because as much as they deserve to get kicked out, it's like do we feel sorry for it or it's a double-edged sword with yes and no because I'm saying okay you're stupid because you sat all day but are are they but I'll feel sorry for you if you only get kicked out of the building because you broke something and that was enough to warrant you for that but anywho because I'm just so annoyed by the past like 5 years I'm sitting here wishing hoping for the best as that if whatever they have in mind for just whatever they have in mind for Gulf War but the problem is there's already red flags on it because they there's already like no talent and effort put onto it i.e. looking at the air support, it's all the same ones. Except whatever Treyarch's version of the cluster mine, that's probably it. So, man, yeah, you can tell like they didn't even put any like talent on that one. So, and this, it's better off to Actually, you can tell like the talent that Treyarch has is which is super incompetent in comparison to IW is that it'd be nice if we'd have a fucking speed loader and a revolver by default instead of that weird off-screen load individual rounds, but I don't know why they didn't bother to temporarily make the IW animator like give Treyarch the source code for that, but yeah. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. And then yeah, and also that's the thing about like the animator because that's like one of the the most talented like employees that are in these studios because they're probably one and maybe the designers of half the skins, but are they promoted to CEOs of the studio? Obviously no, but they're the ones I know they're the ones that are like usually carrying the studio's asses, but yeah, that's that's a huge conglomerate of issues and whatnot. So yeah, that's and thus I can actually focus on to my other subjects and whatnot that are probably that are within the matches. But yeah, until then, let's just think of something else for now.